Disclaimer, I do not dislike CinemaSins, and that is not a lie. For my next Everything Wrong with CinemaSins video, I'm going to be seeing a video on the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And just like with the Coco video, while I am counting this video as one that I want to do, I want to still give thanks to my friend Max, Jimmy Chupa, and Mooseman302 for suggesting this video. Enjoy the video, everybody.
Comcast.
Pointing things out on the screen.
Shockingly, this sequence includes an on-brand race cart, but not a minion saying, "Banana!" How do you miss this opportunity?
Banana!
But the minion in that cart said, "Illumination," when speeding away, and that's what Illumination's done with their movies since 2016. Also, I feel like if the minion did say, "Banana," you would have still sinned it either way, Jeremy.
48 seconds of logos!
And after 3 sins with usual sin about the length of the logos.
Feels like the giant flying lava rock monster 5 times the size of a city made of ice is having a pretty easy time destroying the city made of ice.
You do know that what you're showing here isn't the Penguin Kingdom being destroyed by Bowser's ship, right? Also, I know Captain Vader pointed this out already, but the Penguin Kingdom actually gets destroyed in this scene.
This is not how volcanoes work.
Not even a minute in, and he's already taking this animated video game movie seriously. Classic.
I finally found it.
But do you know that it only lasts 30 seconds?
I'm sure Bowser does know that, considering that he and the Koopas spent years searching for the superstar. But even so, he's stealing the superstar because he thinks that once Peach sees it, she'll be impressed enough to want to marry him.
We like sports and we don't care who knows.
And you're sitting the movie for that because...
This website is real, and it boasts a chat feature, which of course I clicked on. I went with the 20 questions option and just...
Next.
Our mom called and she said, "Oh boys, that's the best commercial I've ever seen." And I said, "Thank you very much, Mother. We're very proud of it."
Charlie Day, not even trying to alter or disguise his voice, naturally ends up sounding exactly like Charlie Day, and it's distracting.
But even with that, Charlie Day did a great job voicing Luigi, so...
I am unreasonably annoyed at Luigi's ability to use a touchscreen while wearing gloves.
But you do know that it is possible to wear gloves and still be able to use your phone, right?
Because it's a Mario movie, and they can't take a car, and they have to run, and there are suddenly lots of obstacles for them to jump or dive to avoid, and goddammit!
Well, yeah, since that's this movie's source material...
Having a secret handshake for celebrating after fixing the most basic of plumbing problems. He literally tightened a pipe fixture. That's all he did. Celebrate more important shit, you dweebs.
But the main reason why they're doing this is because it's their first plumbing job, and if you were paying attention, you would know that.
That's right, kids. The first big action sequence of your happy movie about a beloved video game character hinges on a beloved family pet turning into a raging murder machine.
Yeah. So...
This is not what plumbers do.
Well, yeah, since this story is fictional...
This is not how pipes work.
And, of course, he's taking this at face value yet again.
I think you're nuts.
And to really get the audience excited for this lighthearted movie, let's watch a parent shit all over their child's dream. Ah, yes. Nothing like it.
And even lighthearted movies need things like this in order for the hero to have some kind of conflict in a story. Otherwise, the stories would be too simple and boring.
Our whole lives, everyone's telling us we can't do this, we can't do that.
How old are Mario and Luigi? They're acting like mustached children living at home in a shared room. Yet they are also apparently old enough to have quit their previous jobs to pursue a dream of plumbing.
Well, according to Screen Rant, Mario and Luigi are both around 25 years old in this movie.
You gotta get to that pressure valve!
A pressure valve! Oh boy, this is so exciting!
And you are giving this into the movie because...
That's right. If not for being incredibly stupid and hanging on an old pipe that happens to fall into an old flimsy brick wall, we would have no movie.
Well, yeah, since every movie happens based on one specific thing, like I said in my Toy Story 3 video, and I'll give 3 new examples here. Luca happens because his parents tried to send him to live with Uncle Ugo. Wonder happens because Augie's parents decide to enroll him in school. And the Simpsons movie happens because Homer gets too tempted by the free donut sale and doesn't properly dispose of the pig crap silo.
Luigi lands in a nightmare and opts for exploring the area and attempting to survive the wild, rather than, I don't know, give one shot at crawling back through the fucking pipe?
But think about it. If someone were to end up in a place they'd never been before, do you think that they'd be thinking straight if they were scared?
Undead hench turtles.
Well, yeah, since that's what the dry bones are.
It's a good thing that the remnants of the stone bridge act like a buoyant lava-resistant floaty pad. I mean, shame that other things will immediately disintegrate in the lava, but don't pay attention to that. Go, Luigi!
Sinning something you like.
I guess having them do jumps makes sense, but why do the floating platforms have to be real in this movie? Is it because you hate physics?
No, it's because there are floating platforms in the games, and if the film is going to be faithful to the source material, they have to be here as well.
I'm I'm going to convince the Great Kong Army to help us.
But what if you don't? I mean, ultimately she does.
That's true, but Mario was still able to get the Kongs to help him, Peach, and Toad after he defeated Donkey Kong, so...
Their Mad King doesn't make alliances. The Kongs will never agree.
I can convince him. I'll leave for the Jungle Kingdom in the morning.
This sounds like the worst plan ever.
So, are you going to tell us why you think that, or are you just going to say something and expect us to roll with it?
That was amazing.
It was not.
Firstly, I'd argue that what Peach just did was amazing, and secondly, like Captain Vader pointed out, that's your opinion, so this will get my award.
How am I supposed to do that?
With the power-ups. They give us special abilities.
Right, but Peach's run didn't start off with a power-up, so...
And that's because this is Mario's first time doing this, and Peach has grown up in the Mushroom Kingdom and done this course a lot.
Mario does not immediately check the size of his package in this scene.
Jeremy makes an inappropriate comment, cliche.
Of course she hates me. But that makes me love her all the more.
Don't get more attached to the person that wants nothing to do with you. Redirect that obsession to the only relationship that matters when all else fails, which is with your imagination and your dominant hand. And listen, if flicking your bits is somehow more uncomfortable than addressing the undertone of if she says no, just try harder, we're telling stories very wrong.
Well, first of all, that is what this scene is showing, that Bowser's love for Peach is more of a lustful obsession, like what this guy commented. And second of all, the movie does use the if she says no, try harder thing with Bowser vowing to destroy the Mushroom Kingdom if Peach doesn't marry him.
Oh, what if she says no?
Then I will power up with this star and destroy the Mushroom Kingdom!
Well, they are doubling down on the if she says no, try a different way until she says yes thing. Holy sh**.
So, shouldn't that have debunked the last part of the previous sin?
Why does Bowser's blast turn an ungloved Koopa into a gloved Drybone?
Because the dry bones are the undead version of the Koopa Troopas.
I'll never let anyone ruin this.
I mean, you will if you keep wasting time in climbing up massive rock spires, only to have to climb back down them in order to continue on your journey.
True, but Peach is saying that she won't let anyone ruin the land that she, Mario, and Toad are walking through, or the Mushroom Kingdom.
My understanding that everyone loves the Peach song that Bowser sings, and that is just their latent love of Jack Black overpowering their musical tastes.
Sinning peaches, that's worth these many sins.
Thinking about your brother?
We've never been apart this long.
A day or two? That seems unhealthy.
But Mario does have a right to be worried about Luigi since Toad and Peach let him know how dangerous Bowser is.
My earliest memory is arriving.
She has a pacifier in. She's 2 years old. Are you telling me she remembers this?
Yes, because she said that is her earliest memory, which you literally played her saying.
There's something odd about the Fire Pointy Island dwelling villain using airships to ferry his minions around, but I can't quite put my Hindenburg on it.
So, aren't you going to tell us what it is, Jeremy?
Not sure if you know who I am, but I'm about to marry a princess and rule the world.
Overconfidence.
Sure, Bowser is overconfident about marrying Peach, which is the point, but there's also the fact that he sees Mario as a rival for Peach's love. So...
Okay, but how do you feed prisoners in a place like this? Or is that the point, that they are only here for as long as it takes for them to starve?
I mean, Bowser doesn't care about the well-being of his prisoners, so it's unlikely that he'd take the time to feed them.
He is cute, but he is...
Says the tiny penguin that threw snowballs at lava to defend his people.
Except the Penguin King was the only penguin that didn't throw snowballs at Bowser and his army.
Great and mighty Cranky Kong.
Look, I'm often cranky, but it never gets better because someone points out my crankiness to me.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with this movie, so this will get my award.
Oh, he makes me laugh. You want my army so badly? Defeat my son? And the
Kong lore just went from straight refusal to, well, this little guy is humorous, so I'll let you have my army if he beats my son for no reason. There's nothing for the Kongs to gain here.
Actually, there is, because Cranky Kong thinks that Donkey Kong will easily beat Mario, and so the Kongs will gain entertainment out of it.
Also, his son will be Donkey, and this is just a parade of scenes of video games containing Mario, and it should honestly be f***ing ashamed at how much money it made because it's some lazy-ass f***ing tripe.
Well, yeah, in this movie, Donkey Kong is Cranky Kong's son, unlike in the games where Cranky Kong is actually his grandfather. And also, what makes having characters from the games here lazy?
Mario survives everything that happens to him in the DK Gauntlet, and we are never told how or why his human body can withstand this much of a beating.
Well, an easy answer that I can give to that is that in these types of movies, the main character, and I'm referring to the protagonist, does not die.
Meow.
Sigh.
Back at ya.
Still haven't heard a single good reason why this gladiator stadium needs to be 500 feet up in the air like it's some kind of Harry Potter shit.
Well, that's just extra information that the movie doesn't need to have explained, and if it tried to, it'd just slow down the movie's runtime.
Lucky for you guys, I got a shortcut.
How Peach didn't know about this shortcut on her own island is ridiculous. The entire previous travel sequence was entirely pointless because there was a warp pipe all along.
Firstly, Cranky Kong is talking about Rainbow Road, not a warp pipe, so the travel sequence makes sense since they didn't have carts with them. Also, similar to the Fantastic Mr. Fox video, your yellow subtitles are not in italics here.
We're gonna need carts.
Oh, f me, we're doing another video game.
Jeremy Sins himself cliche.
As AC/DC's Thunderstruck plays and they get their custom carts made, I feel it's important to point out that absolutely none of this is meaningful to me or even interesting, let alone exciting. So if you enjoy this, just take me off your Christmas card list because we are not compatible people.
Well, first of all, those that do enjoy this are people who played the Mario games, which I think can also apply to non-fans as well. And I myself have played some Mario games in the past, and I enjoyed this part of the film, so I got no problem taking off my Christmas card list. Also, like Captain Vader said, that is just your opinion, and so I'll be giving out my award again.
The Fast and the Marius.
Jeremy says something random cliche.
Thankfully for Mario and the other racers, the Bifrost is actually part of this race course.
Well, yeah, since Rainbow Road is a racetrack in the Mario Kart games.
Mario gets blown up and magically lands on another vehicle in the race so he can continue in the competition.
Yeah, so?
That is how you princess!
By not looking where you were driving? Because she's not looking where she's driving.
No, Toad said that because he previously fell off Rainbow Road and Peach saved him, and you'd know that if you were actually paying attention.
No, Princess. I stole this star for us.
Doing stupid and possibly illegal shit because you think you're in love with someone that you're actually not remotely compatible with because you just have a lusty crush from a distance and don't even know that person in the slightest. Yes, this sin is for college me.
Well, yeah, the movie does establish that Bowser's deluded about his love for Peach and that what he does repulses her. Also, Jeremy Sins himself cliche.
You have my word.
Taking this f***er at his word.
Considering that Peach isn't going to actually marry Bowser, I don't think she's really taking him at his word.
How the f*** did they throw this shit together so quickly?
Considering that Bowser is a large army of Koopas and other enemies.
I see all your game characters attending this wedding, and I have to tell you that the Muppets already did this in The Muppets Take Manhattan, which is also a superior movie to this by literally any and every measure.
Well, again, that is only your opinion, Jer, so this sin will get my award too.
I can't play the music for you, but why does this alternate dimension land with sentient mushrooms and turtles and shit use the Earth-specific wedding march music?
Maybe because this is a wedding?
She just turned into Elsa from Frozen to fight Bowser's fire, and that is copyright infringement.
You do know that the Ice Flower first made an appearance in a video game that was released 21 years before Frozen came out, right?
I think this might be the most average movie ever made. I guess kids today would call it mid. Voice work, average. Story, average. Animation, pretty good actually, but wasted. Action, average. Its biggest offense is not being daring enough to have a biggest offense. Thankfully, it only made $1 billion. Wait, what? Is that shit for real?
Firstly, it is for real that this movie made over $1 billion, like Barbie. Secondly, while I agree that the story is average, I don't agree with all the other things that you mentioned. I'd argue that the animation is top-notch and that the action and voice work are both great. And yes, even Chris Pratt as Mario was great. And lastly, not everyone finds this to be the most average movie ever made. I found it to be great.
Who knew that kicking a sentient bullet in the eye would cause it to abandon its mission/orders and chase after the eye kicker?
Well, it was all Mario could think of to stop it from destroying the Mushroom Kingdom, and he did still lead it away from it, so it still worked out for him.
I thought Bowser fired a bullet that fired Mario through the pipe. How the f*** does that result in Bowser himself being able to cross into this dimension?
Maybe because it's the same pipe that took Mario to the Mushroom Kingdom?
You ruined my wedding.
So Bowser has now forgotten about the Power Star he just stopped Mario from getting. And that will definitely be important later when they are fighting and maybe Mario or Luigi stumbles on it and gets invincible and wins the day. That will be fulfilling for stupid people and children. Stupid children.
Well, Bowser forgot about the star because he's angry at Mario for supposedly ruining his wedding. Also, it's fine if you don't like this movie, but that doesn't give you a right to call people who like both this movie and the Mario games stupid.
This being Punch-Out Pizzeria tells you everything about this movie in a single freeze frame. It's all references and no heart.
Again, that's just how you feel about it, so this will get my award too.
Mamma mia!
Holy f***, this commercial is so perfectly timed it's enraging. I'm adding 20 sins for this perfectly timed nostalgia bomb that motivates Mario to go do whatever the f*** he's gonna go do, and I am livid right now.
To quote Fiction Boy, yet another sin count pad for the sake of padding.
This fight against the all-powerful Bowser is going so well, I half expect Star-Lord to show up and ruin it all.
Completely different movie, so not gonna happen, Jer.
Let's hear it for the Super Mario Brothers!
God damn it. Roll credits, I guess.
Like with the Coco video, this isn't the first time the title has been said, Jerry, because Super Mario Bros. Was already said a lot prior to this. And here's the end result, everybody. This in total is 495, and the sentence will be blue shell. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a nice day.